Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we have the new Dream Hunt rotation. Jervin has been added to the lineup and Magmazard has been removed from it. The other four bosses are identical, which means that, as you're probably already thinking, you're going to be using pretty much your same top teams from the previous Dream Hunt, but rearranging them and just coming up with one potentially new team for Jervin himself. So we're going to go through a bunch of different team options. We're going to start with a really good budget option. Which is working well for, players who have like a more normal level of upgrades. Now, the first team, and we'll talk about a couple of replacements. Nazrik is here in the first team. You want to have Nazrik at plus 10 exclusive equipment if you want to run him. Otherwise, it's better to replace him for any other buffing hero like Ravion, like Mikola, even potential. Yeah, so things like that is what you want to consider whenever you are needing to make a replacement. Peggy can work at low copies if needed, but later on we'll show a no Peggy team. So there's a summoner comp. Team 2 is going to be the Freeran Himmel comp, but without Rainier, because Rainier is going to be used on a different team. Going to be with Silly's Breakthrough Swell. Pretty simple here. Team 3. Now, this team, Gunner and Aliceth can work at one copy. So even if you have these heroes at one copy, you should still run the team comp. If you don't have them at all, you're going to have to get a bit creative, right? You're going to have to try to come up with some other heroes which are going to be able to buff up your Gwyneth, because the job of Gunner and Aliceth in this team are only to buff Gwyneth. That is their only job. So like even a hero like Sonya to buff Gwyneth, that could be some budget replacement option you can try to consider. And this is with the Vanguard as well. And then we have Team 4. This is going to be Shimura Team Comp, Shimura Shadewing, which is still doing well for Dream Hunt. Rainier should be Mythic Plus, but if not, it is also okay, because you're going to get the Hunting Circle of Corden to buff Shimura. Frontline Spell. So very interesting team comp. This is actually pretty interesting, because it is a change to how this is structured. And Team 5, going to just use the Sylvan Lightbearer team comp with your Hugin, Sylvan, and with your Eevee. Now, Cassadee, if you don't have Cassadee built, like up to Supreme Plus, there's not going to be as much use of actually running her. You can consider replacing her for some other buffer, whether it be Mikola or something else, some attack buffer basically is all you want onto the team. Ravion, but we talked about that before. So that is going to be a great team. Honestly, this is an overall very solid set of teams. We're going to run it for you guys right now and show you that it is going to get a very decent score. And honestly, yeah, really good budget option. There you guys see it, 48.27 seconds, which is definitely an impressive score. Mirage Frostbite is going to be the biggest problem. As you guys see here, is a pretty long clear time. However, we're going to show you some other good budget teams if you have some other heroes which are going to cut that clear time down even lower. And also there could be some RNG as well, so keep that in mind. Okay, moving on to the next team, we have a team from The Spy. It is going to be the Floorball version of Team 1. So if you have Floorball built, Floorball is going to be better than Kruger if your Floorball is built up. So you should be running this Team 1 rather than the Kruger Team 1. So that is an alternative one. Team 2 is the same. Team 3 is the same. Team 4 is different. As you guys see here, it's going to be using Rowan rather than the Daemon. And for some people, this is doing better. And we're going to see if that's actually going to be better for us. So this is an alternative Team 4 you can try. And then Team 5... a very different change to the positioning. As you guys see here, Hugin in front of Sylvan. But like, the heroes are the same. It shouldn't really change the fight too much. But it's an interesting change to the positioning. So let's go ahead and see this one and see how the times stack up across the board, because this one could be potentially a little bit better. Yeah, as you guys see it here, Mirage, Frostbite, and Sigmund both better. And that's why I think this Rowan version rather than Daemon does seem to be like a better alternative for Mirage, Frostbite, and Sigmund. It is definitely better running Floorball rather than Kruger in that team comp. So that is going to be a great, that is actually really good. That's a good showcase of the potential of this team, of both of these team options and some alternatives. Okay, now we have a team from Zhao. This is no Peggy. So if you don't have Peggy built, it'll be better for you to run Leica, like basically this version, Zany, Leica, Floribel, Aurora. This is what was doing the best for Zhao. And this is going to be with Nazrik, who would need plus 10 exclusive equipment. If you don't have Nazrik, then replace him for like Ravion, like we said, Mikola, or some other buffer. Okay, Team 2, Rainier. So he's not going to be running Rainier on the Mirage Frostbite. He's running this is the best version of basically a Team 2, as we saw in the previous week as well. Rainier he's going to be using here. Team 3 is going to be the same Sylvan team now in Team 3 with the Roland. This was the top team again in the previous week for that boss. And now Team 4, he is running it with Orion. So this is an Orion version. However, if you don't have Orion, you could try replacing him for Baelran. Basically, they do a similar job. But if you have Orion, Bell, Zandrok, Corden, like this is going to be a really solid team, frontline as well. And then finally, Team 5, he decided to run the Gunnar Gwyneth version on Team 5. Again, it could work at low copies of Gunnar and Aliceth if needed. They're mainly here just to buff the Gwyneth, and you're seeing even Selise is here to buff the Gwyneth. So she's just being used as a buffing role. But I wonder whether Ravion would be better than Selise in this final team comp. Honestly, I wonder whether Ravion would be better than Selise when you're facing the Jervin. Because is Ravion even free here? Yeah, Ravion is free. Okay, I actually want to do a bit of testing. We'll go ahead and run it as Zhao had it. It's going to be 50.11 seconds. As you guys see, the Craze Shellboat, Novik, and Mirage Frostbite times are better, but the segment time is lower. Obviously, the segment time is going to be lower because you don't have the, you don't have Peggy, right? Which is a core part of that comp. And guys, if you were interested, I did try Ravion rather than Selise, but it was worse. So his version, Zhao's version, is better. That is the one you want to stick to. So that is good. Okay, now we just have one final kind of budget level of team. This is from Wabisuki, and this is going to be a Florabelle team option, but with Zany as well. You know, Aurora, Peggy. It's a bit of a different positioning, right, for Team 1, basically. So we're going to give that a try. Team 2, interestingly, he's throwing Fresto into the mix as well. Now, potentially Fresto could work at lower copies. I think he would actually get the job done. To give the energy onto Aliceth and Kruger for the physical defense debuff. Team 3 is going to be the Sylvan, Cassadee, Eevee column that we saw from before. Team 4, he actually put the Himmel and Freer and Rainier on Team 4. Interesting. And then finally, Team 5, he did go for the Orion, Cord, and Perseus comp with Faramore. Again, if needed, you could try Baelran rather than Orion. But Orion obviously is a lot better. So I don't know whether it would be worth your while to go for that. So let's go ahead and run this and see what type of score we can expect from this team comp. Okay, there you have it. So this is really the best budget team. 45.5 seconds. That is the best budget team score all around. And so it was quite an interesting find from Wabisuke. But now we have the pay-to-win teams, okay? So we have two different pay-to-win teams we have to show you. First of all, Laman from the VN server did share this pay-to-win comp, and it was doing very well for him. In fact, this pay-to-win comp from Laman, this is the top reported score of today. However, it might be really crazy on RNG or something. So we're going to give it a couple of tries potentially. So the Team 1, this is the best version of the Gunnar Gwyneth team for the pay-to-win players. As you guys see it here, potentially Gunnar can work at lower copies. This is Zany, Peggy, Gunnar Gwyneth. Team 2, yes, he did free up the Rainier because he's going to be using the Theodore, Freer, and Himmel over here. Team 3 is going to be the Lightbearer comp, as you guys know, with Sylvan. Team 4, yes, he's going for Rainier, Cryo, Pandora, Kulu, and Aliceth. He's pulling out all the stops for this Team 4. Which is, I guess, interesting. However, and the Wingar spell, I don't know whether this lineup is the best. And then Team 5, he went for this. I'm going to run it with my one copy Kazim, because Kazim is just here to buff. The haste buff. He's not even actually doing much. So, Orion, Natsu, and Corridon. So, I don't know what to expect with this. Obviously, it's going to be a new record, but the question is it going to get my top all-time score? The top reported score of today. It is the red version of Natsu, okay? Red version of Natsu. So let's see how this is going to go. 36. Okay, honestly, this is actually really good. Because this team comp, the top reported score of today is 35.7 seconds. And we got 36.36 on our first run. So potentially with RNG, we may be able to go down lower. And this is one copy Kazim, showing you that Kazim does all he needs to do at that one copy because he doesn't do anything else for the team. It's just the haste buff that he's providing. So that is pretty crazy. We're going to have to give this a couple of runs just to see the maximum potential of it. Because as you guys know in Dream Hunt, there is always a large amount of RNG. And because you have to line... Oh, wow. We got 35.77 on the next run. And like I said, 35.7 is the top reported score of today. We got on our second run, basically. And that should be the top actual team of today. Yeah, there's RNG in Dream Hunt. As you guys know, you have to line up good boss scores on all five bosses you're facing. But we will now show you the other pay to win team. So this is going to be, again, the Gunnar Gwyneth Nazrik team that, you know, this is basically the optimal version of a Gunnar Gwyneth team. It's using the Rainier version here and no Rainier on the Cryonite team. His Sylvan Lightbearer team, the Pandora, you know, Shadewing, Bonnie team, and then finally the Sylphira, Orion, Corridon, and Perseus Rowan team with the frontline spell. But now I'm just getting an idea. If this team could be improved by running Kazim and Natsu, then couldn't this setup actually be the all-time top team if we replace for Kazim and Natsu? This is 8.56 seconds. We got 36.7 seconds, which is honestly not too great. 8.28. I think, guys, that there may be something here. I want to see, is the Cryonite team always executing, always getting the 4-second clear? It is. Okay, I think I have the idea. I think I have the plan. The plan is we're gonna combine the top teams from both sets of the pay-to-win players right now, and we're gonna come up with the all-time Avengers comp, right? Okay, guys, so we've combined the teams now. This one, I have a feeling that if all the RNG lines up, there we go. 35.37 seconds. That is what I'm talking about. Basically, this is to prove the point that when we combine from Lamin and then also the pay to win from global server, this is going to be the dream team comp. And it does prove that Kazim and Natsu is the actual top team as of right now for the teams that have currently been tested. And 35.37 is a great score. I wonder whether we can even break. I'm tempted to try to break 35-second threshold right now. Okay, guys, so we're going to call it that. Hopefully, these teams are helpful for you to lock in a good score on day one. If there is any other team working for you, you can feel free to share the formation ID for that team in the comment section. That's always appreciated and can help others out. And like I said, when the Digimon come out and more testing happens, probably there will be some new updates to this. So just stay tuned. Later in the week, I will definitely be showcasing the new Dream Hunt teams as well. So thanks for watching, guys. That is going to be it for this video. And if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video and a pinned comment, and you can actually bookmark this link in your browser, and whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.